Good morning, teaching team. I just want to send you a short video. I've been kind of doing this with all the groups. I'm going to send you guys a couple things. I'm trying not to overwhelm you with too much information, but I also want you to just feel comfortable and confident. Sam, I love that you are just so good at asking questions. And Daniel, I love that you do a lot of kind of examples and have the kids participate. And Claire, the last time you taught and you prayed, it was just so sweet, and to watch the kids. So I don't want you guys to feel like you can't modify the structure at all, but I also want you to understand kind of where the vision is and how we're doing things so that the kids have some consistency and they know what to expect. Obviously, this I just want to show you, we're having the parents kind of file down the hallway, down the stairs, just so that the kids are picked up in an orderly fashion. And that's not something that you'll really have to worry about. That's more for your teacher's assistants. But when you see the parents start to appear in the hallway, just make sure that the assisting adults move in that direction. So you'll see when you walk in the lesson and worship room now, we are in just a 2-row, very much more like our sanctuary, and it keeps all the kids kind of close. I know this summer we kind of noticed a lot of the kids that were sitting near the back were having a hard time paying attention. Obviously, that means that you're going to be teaching right here in front of the screen. So I'm just going to show you really quick. When you're not using the screen, you will just use that green button right there to turn off the illumination. So it won't be like you having a projection screen on top of you. I left each group station for Children's Church is kind of set up in isolation now. So like when you break for groups, hopefully you'll have a little bit more organization. So for the younger lesson, when they come in, I'm going to leave this blanket for the Children's Church down there. That way, if you want to have the youngest class come and sit down on the floor, how we were doing before, you can totally have them do that. It kind of brings them a little closer to you. But there are enough seats for the classes to be able to sit as well. I'm going to show you for Children's Church, obviously, the supplies for you are right here. This is like your supplies for your group, everything. The Lord's Prayer, obviously, is on this. That's part of their kind of lesson. And I know I had kind of mentioned this to you guys, but this summer I was using these. I called them our Kingdom glasses. There's more like eye protection looking ones for the boys. But it's just a reminder for the kids to remember that we cannot see the spiritual. So we right now cannot see God, but we want to, by connecting to Him, by listening to Him, by reading His Word, we want to put on our Kingdom glasses. There's also a little green bin if you have any like teaching supplies for the week that you'll need. And then obviously there's the bin for your group. In the bins for all the teachers, they have a clipboard that has the activity and the activity descriptions. I put this in the planning document, but each week we are going to do one kind of hands-on application activity that will help, like this. For this week, they were coloring a map of all the stages of where Israel was when they went from exile, or from leaving Egypt all the way until the Babylonian exile and kind of back to Israel when they were rebuilding the temple. That's where we are in Haggai. So there's snack and there's drink. We are not going to try to offer drink to all the kids so that we don't have a bunch of unscheduled bathroom breaks, but there are cups in there. Obviously, some of the snacks are very salty, so they might ask for a drink, which is totally fine. You have a bin of markers that obviously can be used on the mats, just so that you know that's for the kids to be able to kind of color. But we're thinking with the hands-on activity, they won't have to use that as much. And then the other thing they're going to do is more of a Bible knowledge activity. So they will do like learning how to pray in a group, learning how to find things in the Bible, those kind of like biblical literacy things. You'll see on the left side of the room is an area with a partition for group 1. We still have the kind of hanging area for our memory verse that we'll be doing. And I think we're going to limit that mainly to the older kids this time. I think the younger kids understood, but it's not really something as much that they can do that in their classrooms during their curriculum time. And then obviously group 3 is behind the other partition And the chair is there mainly just to kind of keep the partition in place. And we're looking to anchor these so that, they're not gonna, if the kids get rowdy, they're not gonna knock them over, but just be careful until then. Other than that, there is now a first aid kit hanging on the wall, so if you guys need that at all. But other than that, that is your lesson. I sent you the PDF of the lesson format, kind of the template. And I'm going to try to keep that really consistent except for the teaching time each week. But again, feel free to modify that as you see fit.